Hi guys, this is Chris speaking here from the Sundancefamily, and I feel like answering a question that we have been asked so many times from you guys, and especially after my latest videos where I was speaking a lot in a special language, sharing imageries and sharing directly from my soul how I felt. And so people sometimes assume that we take ayahuasca or similar psychoactive drugs to enhance our horizon, it's said to heal or that it could heal trauma, overcome personal psychological problems. And I felt like doing this live video here to explain it like once and for all how we stand on this, and that includes our entire family. By now we have 3 adult kids, Katie and me, and so I speak for all of us here. And our very clear take on this is that we do not recommend, or that we don't use any drugs at all actually, and that includes ayahuasca. I also want to say and be very clear here, we are not judging. I'm not preaching. Everybody does what he or she thinks must be done, but I'm sharing here from my own experience. This is how we see it, and that's from our experience. And it's not only personal experience for me personally, but I'm also expressing myself as a mentor and coach who has worked with thousands and thousands of people from all over the world, working since the last couple of years, especially with energetic spiritual tools as well. We have lots of education here and knowledge. So this is our experience, even though again it's not doesn't mean that anybody has to follow any of what I'm saying. I'm just saying what our experiences are. And again, also the experiences come from a background. I don't know if you know, but I'm sharing here openly that I used to take drugs. It has been decades ago, but I was drinking, I was smoking weed, I was doing also psychoactive drugs like LSD and mushrooms back in the day. So it comes somehow from a place of experience, I'd say, even though the experiences have been decades ago. So here's how we look at these things. Ayahuasca especially, and this is also an energetic approach, psychological, more energetic, spiritual approach. Ayahuasca has the ability to break down borders and open yourself up in a way that some people say, well, this is so good because you can then disassemble personalities, or you can heal trauma because usual borders or usual perceptions are no longer valid. Our experience is that it makes you very vulnerable, that it opens you up in a way that borders are put down, that you get so open that all sorts of energy can flow through you. And let me tell you one thing, after being so experienced in these fields, not all energies that are out there are good energies. And these borders that we naturally have as human beings are there for a reason. And we have experienced many people who were exposed through these drug experiences to energies, and entities can be many things. It can be energies, entities, it can be spirits. There's lots of things is going on in the energetic world, and all of this has a much better access to you when you are on these drugs. And some of these things then can get a hold. They stick. And then also there are lots of different things possible. Sometimes they like to dress up. Sometimes these entities that hold on to or to you can mask themselves as something very positive and beautiful, and something you want to hold on to, something you want to fight and protect and keep. And sometimes that takes a long while to overcome these, possession is a strong word, but these energies that you've been exposed to. So this is why we feel and experience that this is something you want to avoid, something you want to stay away from, and see it also from the other way. That, again, from my experience, is that I came to the conclusion that I want to feel, I want to know exactly what is going on within myself. I want to have the pure and raw feeling with a clear mind to see and feel, and if it's something negative, to transform it into love. And we can do it from my experience, in the best way possible if you're not clouded. And again, this goes then for other drugs as well. We are not supposed to use or expose any drugs to our system. And I know some people say that, well, it has like thousands of years of tradition in many cultures. I understand, and there might be a point to this, but for us as a family, still we are very clear that we don't feel, even though thousands of people do it all over the world and they drug themselves, that still doesn't mean that this is something that is good for us. We don't feel this way. We feel like I need and want to be 100% clear and conscious and aware, and feel the things that are going on within myself with clarity, in order to see what's going on, not cloud it in any way, and then through that clarity, do the work of an alchemist. We are all alchemists. We can transform stuff. We can release and transform memories, energies, emotions, meanings we give to specific situations, to a conversation I had with Katie, with my wife, to the weather, to political circumstances. I'm empowered to, and I have the tools, we have the tools to change and transform this. I'm not a victim of the circumstances or of fate or of my history or of my parents or the story of my parents or even of my karma or the karmatic connections I brought with me. We can, as light beings, we can transform anything. That's a fact. But in order to do so, you want to have a clear mind and a clear heart and a clear energy field and a clear aura. All of that is so important in order to do this work. And I know that there's a multi-billion-dollar industry trying to numb, and again, that includes for us in our family. Everybody can do whatever he or she wants. For us as a family, that is not only limited to psychoactive drugs, but there's so much more that works as an enhancer, or on the other hand, as substances or actions that numb you down. And that for us includes white refined sugar, alcohol, coffee, nicotine, weed. All these things alter your consciousness. They do. They alter your physical, the way how your body operates. Coffee is a drug. It changes the way how your body is working. So all of these substances is something that we stay away from. I expect myself to be clear and conscious and aware, and I believe that I need to be that way in order also to be the leader for the family that my family deserves. And that includes clarity, And I mean, another way of looking about this is, to me, it doesn't really make sense that there are supposedly substances that only adults should take, but kids shouldn't. Why? That doesn't make any sense to me, to us. No animal is behaving that way, and of course that excludes, before that argument rolls in here, that excludes that very small babies are breastfed because their digestive system is made to have mother's breast milk. But as soon as kids start eating and drinking, I feel, or it just makes sense to us somehow, that all food and all substances I put in my body are substances my kids could and should consume themselves as well. Why would this be any different? Why would you consume any poison or any substance that is so poisonous that kids shouldn't be allowed to consume it? Doesn't make sense. We drink clear, fresh spring water. We eat fruits and veggies and eat healthy organic food, and that's pretty much it in regards to substances. And there mustn't be, or there doesn't have to be, anything else than that. And if anybody, usually when I give these talks, it's controversial because a lot of people like to fight or like to justify their consumption, which is fine. Again, I'm not preaching, I'm just telling you what we feel for us is right. Everybody can do whatever he or she wants. But if you feel like this is triggering you and you want to fight for your right to drink coffee or drink alcohol or take any other drugs for that matter, maybe you have every right to do so. And it is your life, and maybe it helps you in some ways, and I'm not the judge over that. But I feel, and that's a standard I put upon myself, that each and every substance, each and everything I consume is something that I like to be able, or I only like to be able, but I exercise to stay away from for sometimes weeks or even months or years. So there's actually nothing that I feel that we really need to live a thriving, healthy life, being independent and free. It's about freedom. We love freedom. I don't want to be thinking that I need anything. It makes me stiff and small. I don't need anything. And now you can push this to specific levels, thinking or feeling about what is about the most basic things, which are food, water, and then possibly even air. And I mean, even those things, I narrowed it really down to water and air, because you can live happily and very good without food, without sex, without sleep, without any drugs. And I feel, for me, I felt that I became a better person when I stayed away at times in my life, even from those substances. So you can really take this far down along the line. But to experience yourself without food for a while, without sleep for a while, without sex for a while, without internet. We still do every weekend, 2 days, no electronic devices, nothing, no handy, no cell phone, no Netflix, no nothing, just nature. Saturday, Sunday, we don't expose ourselves to electronic devices. And I'd like to experience, these are the two borders I have not crossed thus far in this lifetime, to just feel how it is without water as well. I've done many fasts in my life, but always drinking water. But there is this, I don't know how it's even called in English, like this light food process where you stop eating, drinking altogether as well. So I'd love to experience in this lifetime, possibly. I don't know if it's really necessary, but I'm curious. I'm just interested. I'm interested how it is to take away the things that I feel I really need. And water is one of those things. So how would I feel? How would life be without water? And I mean, the most extreme form is for sure to restrain air, breath. But I mean, there are some, how do you call it? Like some gurus in India or whatever, they bury themselves up until the neck, and then they don't eat and drink, and they can even slow down their heart rate. They don't breathe. It's an almost death-like state they put themselves into for weeks or months. So again, I don't know if this is really necessary, but I'm just sharing here my thoughts and my what I feel is interesting to see, because all the substances, everything that I feel that I need in order to be happy, to feel free or good or safe, is not gonna be there forever. You see? And if you feel that, and if I feel that I need something, some substance or food or my wife or my kids or sleep or any drugs for sure, in order to become a better human being or be healthy or be fulfilled or feel whole or feel loved or feel excited or whatever, I'm questioning everything. That's how I operate. I'm questioning everything. And I always felt liberation and freedom, letting away or letting go of the things that I felt I need to have in order to be more happy or fulfilled. That there's a level of liberty and freedom beyond these borders that I am personally interested in, because then it doesn't mean that I don't have to consume ever anymore, but to be liberated from it, that I don't feel like I have to whatsoever. I feel just so free. I feel so free. And in regards to drugs, for example, I don't feel any need whatsoever to do that ever again, because there is so much insight and so much knowledge and wisdom is to be found in these moments of clarity, in these moments of stillness, of silence, of being just with myself in a totally clear and focused way. This is where I find possibly I find my insights then if I sing or do music, or I mean there are so many other things you could do to experience, but anyway, I feel like I talked all around this topic from many different angles. I made very clear that we don't believe in ayahuasca or any drugs or conscious altering substances at all. This is how we feel about it. But now I'm curious, how do you feel about it? Because I'm aware that you can see this in a different way. Are we too strict, in your opinion? How do you consume? What kind of behavior seems favorable or supportive for you and for your spiritual development in regards to substances, in regards to internet, sex, sleep, whatever it is? I'm interested in your opinion and your experiences in regards to this. These were ours. I love you guys. I honor you. Brothers and sisters, all the best here. This is Chris signing out. Bye-bye.